Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. So why would I wanna sample this old drum machine? So for that we need to go back in time a little bit. A few years ago I was on YouTube and I came across this techno jam from Exsiderurgica, and he was just jamming with this kind of unknown drum machine for me, and I was like, that was sounding so good, and I was like, I need this machine. And quickly I look up online and obviously it was discontinued and very hard to find one second hand, or like always at the end of the world, or very expensive, or some parts broken, so very hard to get your hand on. And basically this machine was the Tanzbär one from M.F.B, and they did release version 2, but after listening to some demos, then it was just different. It was not exactly sounding like the same than the first one. So my other solution was to try to find some samples, and you do have two sample packs. I put it in the description, I don't remember the name, and which are kind of great for most of the drums, but for example for the kick drum, obviously the kick drum are not really like techno-ish, so it's very hard to take something out of the kick drum even if you try to process them. And it always feels like a shame because on this machine I think the kick drum is the best. It's got this very nice punch and roundness in the same time. So I say, okay, I'm gonna still watching for a second-hand Tanzbär and I will see if I found one. And a few years later, and actually earlier this year, when I was still in the UK, I found one second-hand for a fair price, which was in good condition, and the sound is just incredible. I mean, it sounds really great. And I feel there is a lot of interest in this machine. When you see, for example, streaming video about it, how people react, or even online, this machine often come into some conversation. So I say, okay, there is probably people who would like to have some sample from this drum machine. You know, having sample is never the same than the real things, than the machine, the hardware, where you can really tweak and make the sound how you want. But I say, why not to try to make a sample pack, like record everything, trying to record as different kick drum as I can, and the hats and the tom and everything, and make a sample pack for free as well that everyone can grab and make tune with. So that's the idea, is to record the drum machine. As I record now, I haven't started, but I have more or less a plan, which will be like, first I need to get rid of that and prepare a setup, especially for the recording, showing you how I set up things, and then about the recording, how I record in Ableton, what I use. And yeah, the idea is like this. At the end of this journey, you will have a sample pack that you can grab for free. I will put the link in the description, and so like this, everyone can have a little taste of this amazing drum machine. So yeah, I don't know how this video is gonna go, but yeah, first step, clean the desk, set the recording setup, and get started. So yeah, let's go. Alright, so the hardware part is done. So here I have my sequencer, the Torso T1, which is synced with Ableton by Ableton Link. It's gonna send MIDI through the Tanzbär, classic 4-to flow pattern. And then I take the audio from the Tanzbär that I put through my Motu 828 Mark II. And then on the right I have my modular ready as well to be connected in case if I need. Alright, so as you can see, I kind of changed a little bit the disposition of the keys just to make it a nicer shot, more pleasant for you to see, and it's a bit more closed up so like this you can see better if I need to show something on the Tanzbär. Alright, so now the hardware is set. Let's jump into Ableton. So remember, I connected my Tanzbär through my Motu. So let's go in the preferences, and you can see driver type ASIO in my Motu. So here I have the 828 Mark II from Motu, but I also have some ADAT connection with the Ferrofish to have a bit more input and output, and I plugged my Tanzbär into the Ferrofish input 17 and 18, and so here is the stereo, but I activate the mono input as well, maybe we might need later on. Okay, if you go to MIDI, you can see I have my T1 which is sync, so when I will press play, it will play on the Torso one, which we're gonna trigger the Tanzbär. So then you have your auto track, you go to input external in, and you select your Tanzbär and monitor in. So now if I press play, because I have the link as well of the Torso, it's gonna just trigger the Torso, which is gonna trigger the Tanzbär, and you're gonna have usually a kick drum coming. So you can hear you have kick drum. I'm gonna put in mono for now. So I will usually say in the session view to record everything. What I like to do is, for example, I will record one kick here. Okay, and I will probably put a spectrum and the tuner on my audio effect chain utility spectrum tuner. This is pretty handy, especially when you work with kick, because you can then know what is the tonality of your kick, and then I will just, for example, rename kick 01 and put G, and then I will press play and keep tweaking and record another kick, rename it kick 2 and check the tonality, and so on and so on. So there will be no processing for now. I will record everything raw, and yeah, that's the Ableton processing, and now I'm just ready to go and to start to record some kick drum. Alright, so I just finished to record all the samples I wanted to record from the Tanzbär. It obviously took me way much longer than what I think it would, so that's why I think I'm gonna bypass the drive sampling for now. But yeah, I can play a little bit some of the drums, so like this you can have an idea. So you have bass drum like this, you have a second bass drum which is like this, a bit more deep. You can use even at the tom, some snare, rim shot, cymbals, open hat, hi-hat, clave, clap, low tom, mid tom, high tom, cowbell, and the maracas. And you have a bass one as well. Yeah, the idea was to really give you the wider range of sound you could get with this machine. And yeah, now I record all that. Let's have a look in Ableton. You can see we are in Ableton now, and so you have each track. So here to export the sample, I have two ways. Either I can just drag and drop into a simpler or sampler and like export one by one, or I could like go to each clip and kind of zoom in and select where is the starting and kind of do like that, and I could like just export like this. And then I can just, the techniques here, what is making things super fast, is then you can just right click and crop the click. The great thing about that is when you go in your current project and you go to your sample, well, you don't have here now, but it will have the crop sample, and you can just rename it and it's good to go. Now I already prepare a folder with different folder inside for my bass drum 1, bass drum 2, cowbell, clave, clap, cymbals. So all of your sample will be in that. And yeah, that's the next plan. Hope it's not gonna take me too long. All right, so I just finished to export everything. The pack is ready. On the end, I've been using the simpler technique. And yeah, so that's the folder you will get with bass drum 1, bass drum 2. So let's listen a bit of kick drum. So you see, I try to make more some punchy style kick, so more a bit deep round. I try to make a bit of. And you can see some samples, they are a lot looking like the same. This is something I will usually do if I do a sample pack. I will just take the best, but here, because it's but here was the point was to really have a wide variety of the same sound. So for example, I've done the same with the cowbell. If you can see, it's the same pitch, the same sound, but with 3 different decay, very short, very long, and a little bit in between. For example, with bass drum 2, I have this one without click, and with the same click with an extra click. So I try to add variation like this, same clap, different type of clap, some stereo, some more mono, and yeah, I've done this for everything, having the same sample but a different pitch, different decay. So yeah, you get a right range of sound, short, long, different pitch. And yeah, here we are, our full library finished, and you really get a nice taste of this machine, just drum machine. And yeah, don't forget, you can grab it for free, the link in the description. And thank you for watching, and see you soon, guys. Bye bye.